Welcome to our second Knar's Corner. Today we have Delaney with us. She is the volleyball player, a 4-year varsity player on the team who's broken many records. And we're going to get to know her a little bit and enjoy it. So welcome. First of all, we'll start off. I gave you a bunch of questions, and so now we're gonna let everyone know a little bit about us. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay, so I have a mom, a stepdad, a younger brother, Ashton, who's 15 now, 2 twin siblings that are 8, boy, girl, Parker, Cameron, and then my dad and his fiancee, Dina. So big family.
That's good. I have twins too, boy and girl twin.
Oh, wow.
They're a little older, they're 31 now, so I get that. I know one of the things that you talked about, I always ask is who's your hero, and a lot of people say mom or dad, and you said mom. You expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, my mom, I don't know, she's just such a role model for me, always has been, always will be. She's super strong. Last year she had gone through a rough time because she had cancer, but she's amazing now, and so just watching her fight through that was wonderful. And yeah, I look up to her in every way.
Yeah, it's something that I think hits everybody, and I think it's just a horrible, horrible disease. My wife also went through that in 2013. So, one of the things we talked about, if you could talk to somebody dead or alive, who would that be? A lot of people are like, famous people or things like that. You talked about your cousin Tom. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So Tom is, he's like an older cousin, so he's like my mom's cousin, so it makes him my cousin too. But he was just so special to the family. He had also died of cancer due to, I think, smoking and stuff like that. But he was just like, he loved volleyball. He was such a light in our family, and everyone loved him and misses him daily. Like, I know Thanksgiving coming up, we save a seat for him and everything like that. And I just really wish he can come watch me play volleyball.
Yeah. How long ago did he pass?
Maybe like 2013.
Oh, okay.
No, around those years, I don't know. It's been a while now, but crazy.
So you mentioned volleyball. Tell us a little bit about volleyball, when you got started, how you fell in love with it and whatnot.
Well, I was 6 years old. My mom put me into it. I always say that like I was born to play volleyball because my entire family played. Like my grandparents and my parents were in a league, and my mom and dad had met at a volleyball place, and so that was pretty funny. And then they knew I was going to play volleyball like once I was born, and I loved it really fast. I started at Sky High and just did like clinics and stuff, and then ended up getting into McHenry County Juniors for my first like official club stuff, and then it just shot off from there, and then moved clubs to Fusion, which turned into Mission, and here I am now.
So the club that you're in right now is Mission, it's called?
Yep, Mission Volleyball Club.
And how long have you been in that one?
This will be my 4th year.
So you started right before you got into high school?
Yeah, no wait. I did, so the thing was I played, when I was 9, I played on like the 10s team. So I always played a year up, so I had 2 15s years. So I had 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s. So yeah, I guess it would have been high school, the start of high school.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, my wife and I met playing volleyball, except we didn't like each other. We were on opposite teams, long story, but this isn't about me. So you told us a little bit about your club. So my thing is most everybody wants to be an outside hitter, everyone wants to score, all the things like that. And you became a setter. How did that happen? I see you spike a lot when on fake sets and things like that. What made you decide on setter as opposed to outside hitter or middle or something?
I actually love this story. I was at a 12s tournament, and Chrissy Bauer was my McHenry County Juniors coach, as she was to many of our other volleyball players here. But she had pulled me aside after a game. In this game, I was an outside. That's how I started. And I just remember setting so many times for some reason because the ball just kept coming to me or whatever. And this was at the Milwaukee Winter Classic. She pulled me aside over by a wall, and she was like, "Do you want to play in college?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I think you should become a setter." And immediately I said no. I was like, I don't want to be a setter. I'm a hitter, But she like really emphasized the fact that she thinks I can make it farther as a setter. And so she was like, think on it, and ended up agreeing. And then I've been training as a setter since then, and now I love it.
Yeah, and it's all about the touch, because I didn't know a lot about volleyball, and when I started coaching basketball at Mundelein, and at the time we had a brother and sister who were our setters on our boys and girls team, and it was the first time I saw like the touch that they had, which as a basketball coach I always equated it to a point guard. So So you have a point guard, and you have a really good point guard, everyone else is better. You have a really good setter, and all of a sudden your outside hitters and everyone else is a lot better. So yeah, it was, so now one of the things is that is really big now is beach volleyball. You ever do any of that?
Yes, I love beach volleyball with my whole heart. I actually wanted to go to college to do both, like if I could have. And I'm hoping to maybe do something with that or even start a league when I go up to Oakland. But yeah, I've done plenty of tournaments, won plenty of tournaments, and it's been super fun. I've changed up partners over the years too.
And where do you go for those? Are they the local,
Yeah,
Chicago?
Local. Like I go to like Korner's Hideaway or Side Outs. I go to Racine sometimes and North Avenue Beach for like bigger tournaments.
Now those are like most 6-on-6. Have you ever done like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3?
I've only done 2-on-2 for beach.
Oh, okay. That has got to be like extremely
it's
difficult.
So fun. It is my favorite thing ever. I actually love it.
All right, good. No, that's something I think is important that people understand because there's so many more facets to it now than there were before. What other sports or activities had you done prior to coming to the high school, and when you ended up only playing volleyball, what was like the decision behind that?
I guess I just didn't see much interest in any other sports, so that's why I've been like so volleyball focused. I did a little track in middle school, not very serious, but then in high school I did track just recently, which is super exciting and fun. Just different, trying something new. Good.
You said that, or I'm asking a question. What are some of the high school experiences you had outside of volleyball that's like favorite memories for you?
Football games, for sure. I think
Super
a lot
fanning?
of those. Super fanning, yeah, stuff like that. Going to basketball games. Honestly, yeah, anytime I'm in a fan section or even just hanging out with people in my grade, like we're super close this year, which is a really cool thing. So we're hanging out and just being with each other so much more of the time, and I think it makes senior year a lot more fun. But even throughout high school, I made a lot of friends with the older girls like Gracie and Emmy, so they just take me along and stuff, and I think those are some really good memories that I've had.
So nothing like homecoming queen or anything like that?
Oh, that was exciting.
I figured that would be one of the things that you would look into. You were talking, I always ask questions about reading books and things like that, and for me, I'm a movie guy. I don't like reading that much. If you had a choice, like have you ever read a book and then went and saw the movie?
Yes, very much so.
And if you had to compare them, which one do you like better?
Typically I pick the book just because it was so much more in depth and they don't always like capture that in the movies. But I'm definitely more of a movie girl recently as well. Okay, good. You mentioned that you loved all Disney movies. Like I'm old enough where my kids went through Lion King, Pocahontas, Aladdin, things like that. So your Disneys are? My Disney's, specifically because of the twins, my 8-year-old twin siblings, I can recite Frozen. Frozen, the live action Aladdin, which is really exciting. Moana, I love Moana. And it's mainly just like all the songs. I feel like I'll listen to them just by myself because they're good music and the volleyball team loves them. Yeah, no, it's something that's beautiful. Do you have a favorite? Like if you... as of right now, it's Where You Are from Moana.
Oh, okay.
That was really good.
Very good, very cool. Now, vacation spots. Everyone talks about Hawaii. It talks about St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, things like that. And you said Gulf Shores, Alabama. Why is that?
That was our first and last vacation because it was before Ashton got into. Was this 2 years ago? Before Ashton got into high school baseball, because I know now they do the spring break stuff. But we went on spring break and we went with the Willises, so like Aubrey Willis, Zach Willis and stuff, and just did like a double family vacation. It was so fun. We got a condo and just the beaches were beautiful. We went to these cool, I can't remember, Floribama, I think, which is a pretty cool place. It was just so much fun. I loved it. I tried new food, I did all that. Yeah, and I'm always interested in things like that because people usually say the general Hawaii's and stuff, so Gulf Shore doesn't matter. I figured there would be beaches or something like that. Hobbies, working out, sleeping. Quite a contradiction. Can you kind of explain that a little bit? Well, I don't get much sleep, so when I do, I like soak it up. But working out, I don't know. I feel like it's a balance too. Like I think I'm really realizing that as an athlete growing over time, that like yes, I need to work out, I need to push hard, but then the recovery part of it, I think that is super important lately as well. So I love the sleeping too. Yeah. Well, you're gonna find that in college when you. I got to coach college. Division level for 10 years, and the thing we kept preaching to the
kids is you need rest and you need to get off your feet, and
Yeah.
you know, you're going to have enough, not just practices, but meetings, film sessions, all this stuff like that. That's a lot greater than what you have now. The difference is you won't have classes every period. You might have 2 or 3 one day and 2 the next day or something like that. So it's a little bit different. But no, it is really, really important. Another contradiction that you picked out: Blake Shelton and Justin Timberlake. Now,
Oh my God,
I
I
never
love them.
became a country fan until I started watching The Voice. I thought Blake Shelton was funny. We started listening to some of his music, so my wife and I actually like him too.
Yeah.
And my wife likes Justin Timberlake, of course. We can figure out. So you said country, and then you said rap, which is another contradiction.
Oh,
So
yeah.
can you explain like the Blake Shelton and Justin Timberlake, and then the country and the rap?
So I basically grew up on country, well, like due to my family and stuff, just listening to it in the car, and I ended up loving it. Blake Shelton was my first concert, and I had a blast. My mom and stepdad Scott took me, and I don't know, I always, for some reason, I always thought I was gonna marry him, even though he was like way older than me. It wasn't even like a love interest. I just really liked him as a singer and stuff, so I thought that was funny. Justin Timberlake, my mom always says she likes him more in movies, but I like a lot of his songs, a lot of his old stuff, Cry Me a River. I don't know, I just like his voice, and in movies because he's pretty attractive too.
Yeah.
But lately, I think as I grow, I guess music taste changes, and that's a very interesting thing to me too, depending, like I look at what my friends like versus what I like, and I think I'm influenced a lot music-wise by my brother because he listens to a lot of what I call rap crap. And so lately that's what I've been mainly into, and I feel like in winter, I'm more rap, and if I'm getting ready for like a tournament or something, I won't be listening to country music, which is typically slower. But then in summer, you know, you relax a little more, country music.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I really love both.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is the surroundings around you. Like for me, I was Journey and Boston and things. That's 70s, 80s. I'm dating myself. Although you know a lot of the Journey songs now, they're still there. But then in the 90s, I started coaching in college, and it was nothing but rap.
Yeah.
So Tupac and Biggie and those people like that. And then in the 2000s, I started coaching at a private school, and it was back more to, it was just right after grunge, so it was more of Hootie and the Blowfish, things like that. And then again, I started coaching in other areas when I was playing, and that was more rap too. So I think it's a lot of who you're around and what you're doing at the time. You were talking about your favorite actor, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and then Julia Roberts as an actress, which is funny because, of course, she's a little bit older, like my generation. The Holland and Julia Roberts thing, what is the...
Well, Spider-Man, I've always been in love with all of them, but like specifically Tom Holland. My backpack right over there is Spider-Man. So I guess I've also just grown up on that and Marvel and loving all of them. But again, attractiveness. Julia Roberts, I think that was definitely a mom influence because that's also my mom's favorite actress because she's in a bunch of like the older movies and like Pretty Woman and stuff, and I really, really love watching like 80s older movies, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, that's older now, which is funny, but my mother's favorite movie, she's 83, is Pretty Woman. So one of your favorite movies was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now that was my era. So how the heck did you pick that one out?
Okay, so had to have been started by my stepdad Scott, and it's my brother and I's favorite movie, like still to this day. We quote it often. It's just so stupidly funny that we find it amusing.
So I want you to talk about Tommy Boy, Happy Gilmore. Check them out. They're very similar to that, and I think that's something that you would like. When you said your favorite book is One of Us is Lying, and you love non-fiction more than fiction. So is One of Us is Lying, is that non-fiction or fiction?
That one, I think it's like it could be real, but I'm pretty sure it's fiction. Like I would prefer fiction. That one, it honestly was a reach from what I'm used to, because usually I'm like, oh, let's do fantasy, whatever, something very not real, but this one was a murder mystery, and I found a lot of interest in it for some reason. So.
And nonfiction, is it like history or just actual things that have happened that you like to see?
Oh, sometimes. Typically it's like, it could be a real life situation, but it has that touch of fiction where it's not real characters or stuff
based
like that.
on.
So based on,
yeah,
stuff
like you say,
that.
based on. Yep. Okay, so here's one thing: is your favorite store, TJ Maxx. Another one is my wife's favorite things. Like literally last night, I was thinking about this because she was like, "I'm gonna go and do some shopping," and I was like, "Let me guess," and she goes, "Yep, TJ Maxx." So what's the big thing on TJ Maxx that you like?
A little bit of everything. I feel like there's an unspoken rule that when you walk in, you have to look at the jewelry. So I love looking at the jewelry. But then I feel like the clothes are well priced, and you can find a large varieties and stuff. And then they also have like a snack section, and where I get like chocolate covered blueberries and dried fruit and stuff like that. And there's something for everyone.
My wife's always at the discount aisle for all that stuff like that. So you love driving, which boggles my mind because I absolutely hate driving. Like I was
Really?
like, yeah, they were telling me when I retire, because I'm close to retirement, they're like, are you gonna be a bus driver or Uber driver? I was like, I would never do anything like that. What's the thing that you like about driving? Like for me, if I have to drive someone, everyone would be like, hey, let's drive to California, and I'd be like, I'll meet you there because I'm flying. What's your thing about driving?
I think I'm very used to it because that's how we travel to like all the volleyball tournaments, and since forever. We drove to South Carolina for my parents' wedding for that, which was a very long drive, and so I don't mind like being in the car. But then ever since learning to drive, I think it's just like a really cool thing. I also am very much of a not like a control freak, but I don't mind being in control and like being a leader and stuff. So I'll always offer, hey, I'll drive us this place and stuff like that, and then pack my car with people. I don't know. I think it's easy. I trust myself.
That's good. I wish I did. Now into my favorite subject, donuts. You like Dunkin'. I think I can convince you that Village Bakery is awesome, but you said your favorite one is strawberry with sprinkles.
Yeah.
Right, blueberry or strawberry, but not the sprinkles. So I think that I like that. Any reason why? Like, do you ever go to Riverside Bakery or anything like that?
I just went with the twins a couple days ago. Friday? Yeah, Friday morning we went and got donuts. I don't know, I've just always loved them.
Okay, that's good. I have to bring that up every time because I like food. And your favorite food, biscuits and gravy. Now that one's different because usually people pick chicken or steak or something like that, biscuits and gravy. Is that like a breakfast or a lunch thing, or is that an anytime thing?
I could eat it anytime, but I just actually read like an old journal of mine from 20-something, a couple years ago, like 8 years ago or something, and that was still my favorite food. I don't know, my grandma and mom introduced that to me, and I just fell in love with it and could eat it anytime.
Now going on to the next one, you like Starbucks. I'm more of a Panera guy because I like the food better.
Yeah.
But and for us older people, these are coffee houses, and I've never experienced cold coffee in my life. I don't think anyone over 40 has. But you said you like Starbucks, and your favorite drink, and I had to write it down, was iced pump cream chai tea latte.
Yeah.
What is that?
An iced pumpkin chai tea latte. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Okay, pumpkin, not pump, yeah. Okay, iced pumpkin cream chai tea latte.
Yeah, so basically it's like iced, there's chai. It's super sweet, which I think a lot of, no offense, like people over 40 just don't love the sweetness, but we're sugar crazed at this age. So yeah, pumpkin chai, and then there's this vanilla cold foam, but it's pumpkin cold foam due to the season, and it's just so sweet, and I love it, and we get it all the time.
I have to ask everyone that because most kids your age drink cold coffee, which I don't understand at all. Now your favorite athlete you said was Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Yep.
Now let me guess, she's a volleyball player?
Yeah. Or she does beach volleyball, Olympic beach volleyball.
Oh, okay. All right, very cool. And then I know you said that you met Dana Radke.
Yeah, Dana
Radke. Because I try to prepare myself for these things, I watched Wisconsin play.
Yeah.
Now I'm from Wisconsin, so and my sister went to Wisconsin. Her kids went to Wisconsin, and then I had other nieces and nephews that either went to Wisconsin or Marquette. She's the tallest, but isn't there like a 6'7" and a 6'3" girl on the front for them?
Right now, there's a 6'9" girl and a 6'7" girl. They go for height for sure. They were my dream school, and then I realized I'm 5'8", so like it didn't really work out. But yeah, they really go for height, and she was the tallest for a while until they got a new middle, Anna Schmreck. But she's 6'8", and I fell in love with like Wisconsin when I was 12 or 13, and I was at this Milwaukee Winter Classic tournament again, and Scott, my stepdad, was like, oh my god, this girl over here, like she's so tall, she just got recruited to Wisconsin. She got recruited to Wisconsin volleyball in 8th grade. Wow. Just because she was tall, and she was seen one time at a tournament by Kelly Sheffield, and so we took a picture with her, and then I have a picture with her like a couple years later, and like looking at me grow versus her, I'm still so short in comparison.
Well, that whole front line is like the size of most boys' front line.
Yeah.
And they jump. It's not like they're just tall. They actually are athletic. So I get that, and so that's why I was asking about the Wisconsin connection, and so that you answered that. And you said you like to retire in Wisconsin. Now, being from Wisconsin, I told my wife we're not retiring there because it's too cold.
Oh,
I'm not big on
That's
the
a
cold.
thing too, yeah.
So for you, what's the enamorment about retiring in Wisconsin?
I hear taxes are good, and I like Quick Trip. They're
Okay,
the gas
alright.
stations are good,
Mhm.
and my grandparents live up there. I just hear good things about Wisconsin, and I'm familiar with it. I think.
Any particular place that you like to retire?
As of right now, no.
Okay, all right. Now, getting down to the more personal things, one of your regrets was not taking opportunities and taking time for granted. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit?
I feel like that's just a fear of mine in life. A lot of the times I'll say to my mom, say I can go out with a group of friends this weekend and do whatever, I'm like, Mom, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Because truthfully, that same exact scenario will never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So like I try to think of everything like that. Like volleyball tournaments, extra practice that I could get in, or experiences. Any experience is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I feel like if I don't go, or if I choose to relax, which is also like a problem of mine, then I'm missing out, And so like fear of missing out, FOMO, that's a big thing I have,
Yeah.
I guess.
No, I get that. And taking time for granted, what do you mean by that? Like you're...
Just wasting time. Like I feel like I waste time on my phone often when I could be doing something productive or learning something new or cleaning my room like that. I feel like I'm not, in the future, I'm really going to regret that I didn't do more because I'm wasting my time on the things I won't remember.
And I think a lot of that has to do with social media because my kids graduated in 2013, so social media was just kind of coming into play. But now every single person has something on their phone, and a lot of times they're heads down looking at something on their phone. And I get it, you can go down a rabbit hole real easy for that. And so for older guy, I'm on Facebook, and then I do Twitter for the school, or X now. For the school, you're more of a TikToker or
I'll watch that, Instagram, Snapchat, the usual.
Okay, so that's good. So last two questions. If you had advice for a younger you, what would you say to your younger self? You're graduating and you're coming in as a freshman.
I guess like with the regret thing, but like take every opportunity. Try to live with no regrets. Do everything with a full heart. And trust both yourself. Always trust yourself. I think that's like a big one because I think high school is a lot of identity finding. But you know who you are. I guess that would be a big thing for me. And believe in yourself. Believe that everything will be all right in the end.
Cool.
It is.
And what advice would you give a 8th grader at the junior high coming into high school? You don't know them, but you're just going to speak to them.
Okay, I always say the same thing. Don't worry. There's 3 hallways. It's really not that hard. Like I know people worry about navigating a high school, but you won't get lost. It's all right. All the teachers are the best ever. I think super supportive and helpful in every which way, and you'll make your best friends in high school. So.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your time at the high school?
Yeah, very much. I'll remember it.
All right, good. Okay, well, this is Delaney Stern, and again, she will be playing Division I volleyball at Oakland University next year. One of our first, if not only, Division I volleyball players before, and I think she holds now, if I'm correct, 6 records for volleyball now. I talked to your coach about that, but thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll get this up on the website so everyone can get to know you a little better.